this on a angle like that. Out like that on an angle. We'll get this out of the way. And I'm going to put them into the cup, not a dirty pour, which it means straight in the middle. I'm going to put it in layers. You want to make sure your cup can bend like this. So like I said, whatever is going to be in the cup first is going to come out last. So I'm going to grab that white too. So first I'm going to put in the white. And if you want a lot of white at the end in the middle, then put a lot of white in the bottom. If you don't want a lot in the bottom, then don't put a lot in the bottom. So I'm going to put just a little white. And I'm probably going to repeat this at least. Here goes the raw sienna with the bronze in it. So we can pour everything on the side. I forgot to open this one. And I think next to that raw sienna, I'm going to put the 14 karat, 24 karat gold. I'm going to put the copper. Nope. I'm going to put the berry. And I'm trying to think of what comes out first. Here comes the berry. Wow, isn't that pretty? Then I'm going to put the metallic blue, the sapphire metallic blue. I'm going to put the white. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to use the yellow. I'm going to put in the cobalt blue, which is a nice purplish blue. And on top of that, next to that, I'd like to put the berry and the gold again. And the white again, just a little bit. And the copper, which I haven't used yet actually. Let me put some of the copper. And the berry, no. I'm going to put this dark, just to add some contrast into this pour. I'm going to add this ultramarine blue. Wow, it's a gorgeous color. I think I'm going to put the sienna again. I think that's going to make a green. So I'm going to buffer it with some white. And I'm going to put the gold again. And that should be plenty of paint for this small canvas. So with this kind of a pour, make sure this is pursed like that. And you can determine how fast she's going to go down this thing by the tilting. But I see some junk in here. I'm going to pull it out. Okay. Sienna, either love it or you hate it. You know, it's one of those colors that But I like that warm in there, especially with berry. I like the warm in there. And now the tricky part. So, go this way. Should be able to get it on the sides.
Really making it hard.
Good, let's come back. We don't want to lose everything that's those berry things that are so pretty. I like that turquoise. I like that blue on the edge actually.
So
And you can keep it. You don't have to get rid of it entirely. You don't have to. Now the more you move the paint, the more cells will come up. It forces. It's tricky because you could also stretch them out too much. I like that blue in there. See, this is actually that blue that was in there. It's popping up from in there.
Yeah.
The blue that was in there.
Yes.
So I'm going to put some. Adventurous. Let me roll over this. Let's see if it pops up just like that other one did. Ooh. It's kind of pretty. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I've made real bloopers doing this. I like that though. In fact, I wish I could just keep that just like the way it is, but I can't because it's got way too much paint on it. So let's see if we can save some of it. So let's go over this way. As soon as she reaches that edge, bring it back. I wish I could see some of that gold I put in here. See it right now. I don't particularly like the top of that, so I'm going to just let it come back. See it's stretching. You can't see it from where you are, Angie, but see that stretching.
Yeah.
Which I like that. I like that. Oh, wow. I can see that sparkle. I can see that 24 karat gold. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's all that turquoise. I want that to stretch out that way a little bit more. You put it down for a minute and stop. Stop, because it's plenty wet. Oh, see, that's what I wanted it to do.
Yeah, the top is
That's
perfect.
good. See, that yellow actually
Turns it out.
in there, just popped in through there.
Yeah.
All right. So, and the blue popped in. So let me bring her, stretch that a little bit more and let it come down to this end. I don't want to use that whole dark. Okay. Bring this back. Come on back, come on back, come on back. A lot of cells popping up from moving it around, which is good. Stretching it a little too much. So I want to get a pleasing combination of this, the shape of this, fitting right into this. And this yellow's got to go because it's just right on the tip just by itself, so why don't we get rid of that? I like what happened with that yellow one.
It's really
I might stretch that a little bit. I'm getting rid of this down here and let this come over a little bit more. You just want to go slowly and you want to rock it. Rock it back and forth, and it forces more cells to come up, and it starts giving you an idea of how much I want to stretch those down there. And I do want to get rid of that yellow tip, so I'm going to let it go, trying not to go so fast. Oh, look at the blue coming up. I'll let that stretch a little more. Okay, now I'm going to have to think about how much I want to let that take over. I don't want it pushing all of this out.
Right.
So it's taken over quite a bit. And I still haven't got rid of this, but that's easy to get rid of. Okay, when she doesn't want to flow, add some of what's in there already. Got that berry? Yeah. So that it seems to fit in once you let it. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. So now she'll flow. But I'm loving it. What's these coming up and this coming up. I want to let that go back a little more. First, I'm going to let this blend it a little bit by letting it go off the edge a little. Just a little bit. Let it move just a little. And now back. Wanting to regain, yeah, some of that berry back. And it's forcing the paint also. It's forcing to make this bring up more cells. And I think I want this to grow a little right here. It's making a lot of great. Okay, let's put it down and see what she's saying. So, you know, when I do stuff like this, I also ask myself if that color was the best color to use. I love raw sienna in paintings, but I'm not sure if I like it in pour paintings. You can also get rid of some more of it. If I don't like it, I found that crazy about let the berry take over some more. The berry take over some more. And now the paint will get to a point where it won't move. If it's, a lot of it's been poured off, which it has, and it just won't move anymore. And it's a good thing in a way because you know you're not having a thick amount of paint on your paint. Maybe that tip in there. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, now, see, that's what you call a muddy finger. Stupid thing to do. Pick up clean paint. There you go. I like the spacing. I like the amount of space I've got between this and this. I'm not crazy about this. And I might want this to grow a little bit more. So you can make it grow a little bit this way. Really tilt it. Oh yeah, it's growing. But it's also disappearing up there. So you have to keep your eyes all over. Bring it back a little. I don't want it to disappear entirely. That berry. And rock it back and forth. So it comes, it doesn't sway too much one way or the other. It stays kind of like coming down straight. And that grew that. That made those pop out more.
Yep.
So I don't like this corner, so let's just take a little of that blue that I have down here. Just get rid of that green. No, get green came from yellow, I guess. Okay. So I'm just going to go around the edges with my finger, and we're going to let Angie do hers. First, I'll bring you in for a close-up on this. I think I like the colors. now that I've made the berry grow some more and made the blue come in. And
that blue really did it.
yeah, the blue. And probably even a darker blue in here would have been really powerful. Just a real contrasting type of thing that would be going on instead of, when I say values, they're all about the same value except that.
Mm-hmm.
But this against this is the same value. This against this is the same value. So you haven't got a real punch change in dark and lights. That's what
Right.
value is.
Yeah.
But I think it's pleasing. I think the colors are pleasing. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit it with the gun. See, it's pretty much stopped moving, which is okay. So I'm going to hit it with the gun. And leave her be. Now you can do some blowing. I mean, before you hit it with the gun, because the gun will pretty much stop the cells from moving. See, if I don't like this set that much and I want to just spread that white around a little bit, let's see what happens when I... And you can control So that forced some blue cells to come up in here. See them?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's underneath, see?
Yeah.
And so it's hiding. And so when you blow it, you move in that paint again, and it forces those little cells to come up. See that blue hiding under there?
Yeah.
Now they should close back up again to a certain point. Oh, I love that. That's much more interesting
Oh, yeah.
than just that.
Right.
So that wonderfulness, I'm going to make it hopefully happen again. Yeah, blue is hiding. And it'll start closing up again. That's much more interesting than just the ochre and the raw sienna. And it'll make cells too. It'll start closing up again. But that blue, look at that. It closed up a lot, but it still is much more interesting than just, it's repeating the blue here, which it needed to do.
Yeah.
This needs something too. I kind of like it in a way. Now let's see what happens when she closes up. It's making a lot more cells. I like that better than just the plain ochre. It's kind of a pretty leafy type of thing to do too. It's filming, and here's Angie about to do her waterfall pour. Slow up just a little, because you want to get to the bottom of that cup. Cool colors.
Trying to go with neutral colors this time.
A little less, a little smaller jiggles.
Okay.
And let it stop tilting all that stuff off.
Okay.
Just make it flatter. Put her flatter. That's it. And you might want to put a cup down on under there. Okie dokie. Watch it tilting while you're doing that. Good. Nice cells coming up.
Yeah.
Now you want to, you have a lot of wonderful stuff in that cup.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do two things. You can either make it go all the way around like this,
Yeah.
which is, I've done that before and it's made a great effect.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could pour a little bit at the edge here
Mm-hmm.
and let it come down so that you've got some of that white at the end.
Okay. I think I'm going to do the end just because I don't know if I have enough to go all the way around.
Okay.
So should I tilt it again before I add, or just add and tilt this way?
Just start right there and let it go into there.
Okay.
But let it go down naturally without you.
Okay.
Just tilt it a little. Yeah. And start the edge, edge, edge. That's it. And just let it come down. Don't let it touch the canvas. Now come straight up with that white. Jiggling, jiggling, jiggling slowly, slowly, slowly,
Sorry.
slowly. Takes a little practice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now with the rest of that,
Mm-hmm.
come up into this dark area and jiggle real slowly.
Over here.
From the dark spot,
Okay.
slower. Slower and smaller jiggles. That's it. If it's easier to do round, then do round. Keep moving down. Okay, I would stop there because you got some great cells there. And with the rest of that, I would just go around the edge. Just a thin edge all the way around. And fast. Atta girl. Keep going. All the way around the other end. That's it. Keep going. Don't have to overlap. Keep it on the white. Super.
Okay.
Great color. Hey, on what you have left in there, put it on each corner. So that when it gets to the end there, it'll say, "Oh, I'm there already." You won't have to go off so much.
Okay.
Okie dokie. That's gorgeous. Oh, let me get a close up. Really interesting colors. Some terrific nuances that happen with the jiggling. Partly a fantasy, what they call a fantasy pour. All right, now the interesting part, the hardest part, which is the making it go back and forth. So we want to, you saw how I just let it slide a little bit, but don't let it go all the way over to bring it to the center.
Okay.
Then this way a little bit and don't let it go to the center.
Okay.
You're already on the edges here
Right.
and here.
Right.
So we don't want it to go that way at all right now. We want it to go that way and that way. That's it. And you want to kind of like roll it back and forth. Just a little sideways roll, like a round motion almost, which is forcing those cells. Oh, look how beautiful. They're getting very interesting. Now they're stretching a little too much, so bring it back. That's it. That's it. And you can just go like back and forth like that, so it doesn't get too stretched out one way or the other, and easing it to the edges. You can also put black all around the edge, so that because you have a lot of black in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to put it down a minute,
Okay.
so what it's doing is it's starting to come into here, which is good. Working into that line you made all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
So it would do the same thing if you put a black line all the way around. And what was this color? Copper?
Yes.
And a copper line all around. And that would help blend some of that white that's going on there.
Right.
So that's what I recommend.
Okay.
is you get the black and you put the black around the edge and then the copper around the edge, maybe even white around the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll, there won't be as much, remember I had to put the blue around it?
Mm-hmm.
And that helped it flow
Yeah.
more. And that base paint's been sitting there a while,
Mm-hmm.
which it dried out a little.
Okay.
That's why it's not flowing that quickly either. So
Right.
we should have waited actually before you. That was my fault to have you put the base down while I was doing mine because the paint was actually drying. So we should have put a base again before doing it. But we can do it with the black.
Okay.
So get some black.
All right.
And just put a nice dose of it all around the edge. Yeah, the girl. Sometimes you gotta really squeeze it. There you go. Good. Try to just let it hit with the paint that you have there.
Okay.
'Cause that's where that'll grab it. It'll grab it that way. If it helps you to take the cover off to make it go faster, you can do that too. Whichever's easier for you. In the meantime, while we're doing that, those cells are really popping up and popping up.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sharp. We want to preserve as much of that as we can.
Yeah.
It's really very exciting. Now I take the copper that's here. This copper.
I think it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Is that copper?
It's,
I think that's gold.
Is that gold? I used both in there.
Oh,
So.
use both.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gold. Oh no, it's the copper. I'm not sure. No, I think that's the gold.
Oh crap.
It's okay. Everything will blend. Just try not to cover all the black.
Oh shoot.
Oh, I forgot something she does too that we can do with yours. I remember things is okay. So now you want to take the white, put that along the edge. So we're doing this for two reasons. One, we're doing it to increase flow, and we're also doing it to so it doesn't have to go off the edge so much. So we can maintain some of those beautiful nuances that she's got there in the middle. Woo! That is really cool. As you can see, she used different colors than I did. And so you get another effect. Really cool. Okay. So what she does sometimes is after she puts that down, I'm quoting she, Sarah Mack, she'll take it and go like this.
Oh, just to spread it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want you to do that all the way around, but don't let it go off the side. You want to keep the paint. You just want to grab it just a little.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. So what we're doing is we're spreading that paint so it comes to the edge. But we want to make sure that we have wet, that we're going to be having a wet into wet thing going on. That's pretty cool. It's a beautiful edge. I like it. We'll probably start popping up cells too. Go into that gold a little more. No, grab that gold a little more. That's it. There you go. Because there's a lot of paint in that gold. There you go. And that's all going to be covered anyway, so we're not too worried about, there you go. Same thing over there. Make sure you get yeah, right up to the edge, honey. Right up. Make sure you get those little corners in, too. Otherwise, you'll just stop there. Very good. She's a fast learner. Oh my goodness, I can't believe what those little cells are doing. They got eyeballs in them now. Really cool. So as we're doing this, can we put this on stop a minute? Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Might have to really tilt it. Atta girl. So we're slowly working it to each edge horizontally. Now here she's almost reaching, see? And you determine how much of that beautiful edge you put in there you want to leave. Because it complements it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It's different.
Yeah. You could either let it go all the way off. Let's see if I can get around her. Okay, there we go. Ooh, wow. Very sharp. Yeah, not as easy as it looks, is it? There's a lot of maneuvering going on here. Doing a good job of bringing it back center and then gently making it go around again. It takes a lot of patience. You rush it, it's not a good idea. Oh, I should have shut the music off. They're probably going to censor me.
Oh. No, they did that.
Oh, this is gorgeous. I love that color in there.
Mm-hmm.
What was that color?
It was that one right there next to your phone.
This one here?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, the pewter. Good choice. Looks great with the rest of this stuff. So we're tilting back and forth, nice and slow. Cool. I say put it down for a minute and take a good look at it.
Okay.
There's lots of sharp things going on there. Now there was one thing that was different that Destiny did at that time that saved some of her edge. She just put more paint in there again.
Right.
And you might think about doing that.
Yeah.
Filling that again in. Instead of keeping on tilting and tilting and tilting, because what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot more of this going on.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose a